Hello, hello, and welcome. This is the first stream of Freelancer Coffee Break. So it's 10 p.m. my time, but I have my coffee without caffeine. So, yeah, so we are starting like this. Next stream will start on Thursday, and it will be every Thursday, every week. So, yeah, let's start. Um, So I would like to introduce you to the concept of freelancer. Um, so a freelancer is a freelancer who has transitioned from selling time to building systems. It's also a person who achieves time freedom and financial freedom through structured offers, predictable income, and leverage. And much more than that, because also a lot of systems that they are using. And number three, a freelancer is someone who designs work around life, not around work. As you can see, there's also words like systems, leverage, agency, and freedom. Because on this stream, we'll talk about what is the main freelancing goal and how to write your goals down for 2026. So, a bit about Freelancer. Freelancer is not a company, it's also not my course, it's a movement. So, Freelancer is a movement that helps freelancers with ready systems, lifestyle, time freedom, and financial freedom. So, let's expand those 4 points. So, ready systems are offers, their pricing, their marketing, sales, delivery, finance. For every part of this every system, we need ready systems, ready SOPs, ready procedures. And this is where freelancers are the best. Freelancers are the best in creating systems. So if you have a new freelancer, we have, we work in chaos. Yes. And a freelancer, which is a pro freelancer, has a lot of systems. Everything is optimized, everything is delegated and eliminated. Number two is lifestyle. So when it comes to lifestyle, I mean like no chaos in life. Everything is planned, or even if it's not planned, there is scheduled time for everything. Yes. So number two is predictable weeks in lifestyle. So we schedule our plan, our calendar, and our goals. So one of the most important things are goals. That's why I am creating this stream. And number three is control over calendar. So even if you create a goal, you need to execute the goal. And this is the most important part of freelancing. Number three is time freedom, which is very, very, very important. So, time freedom um, is super important for freelancing. So, most freelancers spend their time to earn money. And this is not a leverage. A leverage is spending money to save time. So, why do we do that? Because we don't want to work all the time. We want to work when we want to work and from where we want. Number two is not being on the call for a client. So this is quite important to delegate tasks from calls and work to other people that can do the work for you, and you can still earn money while sleeping. Or you can use AI, and we will get to that in the next stream, in the next live. Number three is having holidays. So if you want time freedom, we want having holidays. Yes, because most freelancers do not have holidays, at least not paid ones. Yes. So a few years ago, I had a story that, I mean, it was like every year actually, that I couldn't afford going on holidays because I didn't earn at that time. So it's very important to look for leverage that will help you get some work. And also, number four is working wherever you want to work. That's very, very important for freelancers. That's why we become freelancers. And and this is one of the most important points for time freedom, because I love to work, for example, from Spain. Yes, I work from Marbella, from Malaga, from Barcelona. I love to work in Spain because now living in Poland is like very, very cold. Yes, so I love to travel and work wherever I want to work. And number four is financial freedom. So a freelancer has financial freedom. That means stable income. It means leverage. It means no panic every month, and scaling. Scaling is very, very important. And we will talk about freelancing goals in a few minutes. So, my key sentence here is that freelancing without system is just a stressful full-time job with extra business work. Okay, let's talk about most freelancing experience. So, so the main pain in freelancing world is no clear goals. It's also, like random projects, random clients, irregular income, constant stress, like busy but not progressing. And this is one of the deepest pain points that I had also as well. And number one is, I said just on the beginning, uh, no clear goals. So if you have no clear goals, you don't know where to go. You don't know what is the direction. You might know, your instinct might, tell you that you need to go to work to make this project, but you need a vision. Because let's get clear here, freelancing is a business. You need everything that works in a company, but as a one person. That's why I said on the beginning of this stream that you need to behave like a company, and you need to scale to grow bigger and bigger. But we'll get deeper into that just in a second. So the biggest freelancing dangers are irregular cash flow, one good month, one terrible month. This is like I had for many, many, many years. When I had, irregular clients, I didn't have, regular income every month. And, it was like let's say February was great, yes, but then March and April was very, very bad. And that was like 3 years ago when, I didn't have money just like that because couldn't find any clients. That's why recurring revenue is so important, and it's so important to know, all those financial stuff out there in the financial world. Like, you don't have a CFO in your team, yes, which stands for Chief Financial Officer, yes, and this leads you to low confidence. You're very afraid to raise prices because you cannot find clients, and that's very frustrating. I know this feeling, like losing losing confidence because raising you're afraid to raise prices. This is the worst thing that you can happen to, because there were so many opportunities. I could, raise my price and just because there was a better client, and I didn't do that. And I look like an amateur because if you have a great client in front of you, he probably wants to spend money to be sure that he's working with a great person. It also leads to burnout. Like if you don't have money, it's money is not the most important thing, but it can buy you some happiness for sure. And that's quite important. And if you don't have money and you do only bad projects with bad clients, the burnout is almost guaranteed. So yeah, and it's and the last thing about financial stuff is that you need to depend on platforms, probably like like Fiverr, Upwork. When you have like cheap clients, you can also depend on referrals, which are like someone is just refer you as a good freelancer. But if you have like friends of friends, they'll probably not charge you too much. Yes, I mean you cannot charge them too much. So that's quite important. Just give me a second. I want to check. I want to check the chat. Um, just to be sure, because I started, like that, just like that. Okay, Mary Piotrowska, sounds great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Mary Piotrowska is my co-founder of Freelancer. So I'm doing this stream today alone, but like I'm not alone here. She also struggled for many years with a lot of work. So just want to appreciate her here on the stream. So because thanks to her, today we are live. Okay, so let's move further. Yeah, so we'll come to this. This is the January 2026 plan, and we're going to talk about this just in a minute. So I want to talk with you about the 2026 goals and why those goals fail and why this matters. So when you have the New Year goals, the reality is that around 80 to 90% of people fail their New Year goals. This is based on a lot of mixed studies, but I would say the average is about 80 to 90%. So that means that you're keeping your goal, like 1 on 10 people keep their goal, or maybe, yeah, something like that, or one to five, probably, yes. So that's not a lot of people. So it's not because they are crazy, because that's because their goals are too big. They are not connected to system, and their goal is too big. So that's why people probably on December start their yearly goals, yes, and then they continue on January, and then it's failing down, yes. So uh, I've just read a study that more than 60% fail their New Year goal just on the beginning, on the first month. So that's a big number. That's a big number, I tell you. So we are here to actually make the numbers lower for freelancers, because I believe that freelancers are special. They are super great people, and they deserve for more. And they are kind of heroes that are, they are trying to work for themselves. Yes. So for me, I think that freelancers, are very brave to, to fight with the system and go outside and try to make their own business. That's very cool. So, what if I tell you that what if goals are not about motivation? What if goals are about structure and constraints? And what if 12 weeks is enough to change everything? So, what if I tell you that your next 12 weeks matter more than your entire last year? And this is the concept of the 12-week plan. So, like I said before, freelancers are very, very special. They don't choose safety. They bet on themselves and they reject the default path. They also reject the system, which is quite important. But courage is alone is not enough. Like courage without systems is chaos. And talent without structure is frustration. So, freelancers are very brave, but freelancers are strategic. So, let's talk about the 12-week plan. Okay, let's see. We have a comment here from Scavers. So let's see that. Do you think financial freedom for freelancers is more about mindset or system, and which one should be built first? Oh, great question. Um, let's talk about this one, and let's move here to the goals. Okay, so I'll just skip to my other image, and we have here the journey of growth. So, Skavarsk, I want to answer to your question. Um, I think both are very, very important. I don't know if you need to build something first. Maybe probably mindset. I would say mindset is more important here. That's just because without mindset you cannot like start a business. Yes. So if you believe like money is evil, let's say money is evil, you cannot start freelancing very good because you know freelancing is a lot about finance. Yes, for sure. Like the finance part is very, very important. So if you don't have it, you don't have the mindset of that you have the mindset of money is bad, it's evil, then you cannot just start a business. Yes, because money is literally evil. So that means that I cannot start. But you can have the good mindset that, let's say, money is good and I want to work outside the working system, the full-time job, 9 to 5, and all those stuff. And if you don't have you know if you don't have a systems for everything, for marketing, for sales, for finance, for all those stuff, I believe that it's mm, not really possible to achieve big goals in the freelancing world. I think this is the correct answer for that. So if you have more questions, please ask me. um so yeah, but systems are, they are crucial. Yes. Because, okay, let's say I'm making videos right now, yes, on Instagram. So I make my videos in Adobe Premiere. So, well, probably a lot of freelancers know Adobe Premiere because it's their main service. And I just every time when I was making subtitles, I didn't remember how to make it. I needed to show like for to search for a tutorial on YouTube, look for shorts, or maybe search for in Chat GPT, yes, for or other AI, how to create subtitles. And and when I made a system for that, I wrote it down how to make it. I recorded a Loom video or other, just another video. It's not necessary to have a Loom, yes, video, but just a simple video, or just written down screenshots, and to make it as easy as possible. It saved me a ton of time. So it saved me, like, every day it saved me like let's say 10 minutes, which in a week it's 70 minutes, and it's a few hours in 1 month, which is very, very important. Okay, so let's get back and talk about the goals. So, once more, I want to compare pro freelancers with noob freelancers, the chaotic ones. So, the chaotic freelancer is, like one offer, one price, no upsells. Income is how it worked, always starting from zero. And like a freelancer is someone who has a plan, have like planned offers, clear pricing. They have upsells prepared. They have like cross sales and system doing the selling and much, much, much more. Technical stuff, marketing stuff, all of that are systems. You can see even that in numbers. So a chaotic freelancer is like $2,000 per project. When a freelancer, a pro one, have like, let's say, three offers: a base one, let's say $2,000; a custom one, which is custom priced; upsell, let's say $1,000, which is like $1,000 more; and let's say they have a retainer of $500 maintenance. So that's the basic difference between those two. Okay. So let's talk about. Okay, thanks for the answer. Okay, maybe I'll just pin this one. Okay, so here's another comment. Okay, thanks for the answer, but what if money ain't that bad? Then what's the first thing freelancers should buy with it? Freedom, safety, or growth? Beginning as in everything feels as very insecure. Memento. Okay. Just want to understand your question here. So shouldn't we buy with the first thing you should buy with it? Freedom, safety, or growth? Mm. Okay, let's maybe restructure the question. Okay, here. So, for sure, you're making this for freedom. So probably, if you are a freelancer, you might have already a freedom system. Yes, because a freelancer is basically someone who wants to be free, for sure. Not everyone is free, but most of those people might have this mindset. Yes. And yeah, safety is probably in the beginning it's not very safe. You're trying to do as safe as possible, so you can say that freelancing is not really safe, but I actually believe that it should be it should be safe. That's for sure. Like it's a risk, but you want to make it as safe as possible because you want to have a stable income, which is very, very important. Or growth. So yeah, growth is also very important. And I would change the word growth to scaling. Yes. Because when you're alone, you're trying to make as much money as possible, as much revenue as possible. But then later on, you want to scale, you want to hire someone or create an AI that will help to do the work for you. And you're looking for leverage. Yes, you're trying to, delegate the work for someone else. Uh, yeah. So just what should I go first? What should you go first for? I think you should create, because if you're a beginning freelancer, if you're a beginner, you probably will need create create systems. Yeah, here's another question: how to delegate, and answering to Skaversk. Um, answering to covers, I think that let's show this one again. Okay. What should I go first? That's the next comment here that I see. I think you should start with ready systems. I think this is like, I think for beginners, systems are very, very important. If you don't have systems, you waste your time. That's for sure. So you're trying. So you must mm, like to merge those two things. You want to merge having as much as possible money with saving time as much as possible. That's my answer to that. I know that it was a different type of question, but I think I answered this question in another way, but I think this is the most correct answer for sure. For sure. Okay. How to delegate? Yeah, through systems. I think this is like from the beginning here of this life. Systems are the way to delegate, for sure. Um, so yeah, probably the next stream will be about delegating. So please subscribe to this channel if you're, or follow if you're watching this on X. And yeah, so let's talk about the mindset here before we start our uh, before we start planning our year. Um, okay. So let's see the journey of growth. So this is made by Mary Piotrowska, my co-founder. And let's see this one. So the journey of growth starts from comfort. Yes. And you it's very comfortable to sit down and not doing anything. Yes, that's for sure. But then you want to stand up for yourself and to change. And change is not comfortable, which is the next point, which is discomfort. So that's probably the most, like, this is the part when where 90% people fails. Yes, the discomfort. Like, look, I'm making my first live stream here. Yes, it's like the same with my first client, with my second client, with third client. It was, I wanted to change, but I leave my safe zone here. And then after a few times, if you are tough enough, you have the acceptance and self expansion, and you trust your intuition, and then it becomes comfort. So that's the point probably. And now, if you don't know what's your path, you can try with Ikigai, which is the path to freedom. And then let's talk about this one. So, as you can see, maybe let's start from the beginning, because Ikigai is a system for not only freelancers, but just people that want to change and find their purpose in life. And as you can see let's see here at the top here, I can just want to zoom this a bit. Okay, I believe this is the best scene. Okay, so so if you want to change your life, if you want to find purpose in your life, you should do this Ikigai. So Ikigai is what you can be paid for, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at. This is actually my screenshot, and you can make a screenshot of this image, this graphic. So just go ahead if you want to, and when you can when you'll find what you can be paid for and what you're good at, then you find your passion. If you connect what you can be paid for and what the world needs, You just found your mission, which is very, very important. If you find what the world needs and what you can be paid for, it's a calling. And when you connect what you can be paid for and what you're good at, you have your profession. And now, your task for today is to write down a few points in every circle, okay? In every part of the circle, try to write at least a few. Just take a piece of paper, take a pen, and just write it down on this paper. It's very, I would say it's a simple exercise, but it's not very easy. It's simple but not easy. It's quite tough, I would say. When I made my first e-guide, it was, very, very tough. Okay, but it's really, really, really worth it. Okay, so let's get to the point of this stream, which is planning 2026. And here's the plan for January. Before we even start, I want to show you the schedule, at least my schedule. So I had a little delay and I'm starting on week 2 because I had a little holidays here. And and yeah, that's quite important here. To maybe you are on week 1 actually. I mean I'm sorry, on week 3. Um but yeah, okay. So let's see here. So this is the freelancer 12-week year, which means that you're making a year in 12 weeks. That's what I said on the beginning, and I promise here to do on this stream live. And it's previewing the last year. This is the week number 2, and that's very, very important to check, like, how many clients did you make, how many revenue did you have, how many recurring revenue, which is super important in finance, how many of those you had, how many clients did you have, how many projects did you have. These are also very good things for your case studies and your numbers and your social proof for future clients. So you're making a few jobs in one. So I would recommend to do this. Just write it down again, piece of paper, pen, and write it down. Then we have week number 3 in January, which is plan preparation. And this is what we are doing today. We are on week number 3. I know it's week number 2 still, but on this purpose, I will not repeat this stream. So on this need of making this stream, I just want to make it clear that we are making the plan preparation here, which is very, very important. Week number 4 is all the basics done. So let's say you want, the basic meaning, like you want to set a website, you want to uh, set your brand as a freelancer, because I believe every freelancer need a brand. All those basic stuff. Yes, I don't know, like domain hosting. So every, like, technical stuff, that the basics. Creating an account on Instagram, on X, and all those stuff. And in week number 5, we are starting as execution. So I believe that January is the month of preparation for the whole year, and that's what people miss mostly. That's like, they're going on the gym, they work hard from day 1 on the gym, and they don't like it. And that's very important, to just make a preparation and warm up before, and like doing all the basic stuff. Yes, you need to stretch out to be sure that your muscles have motions of movement, and just the same with work. So yeah, that's very important to have this done. And yeah, if you have any questions, please ask me. Okay, so let's maybe talk about goals, because just before we start, I will share with you this my screen. But just before we start here, just want to talk about goals. So bad goals are, for 2026 is like more clients, more money, more content. Yes. If you want to have a good goal, you should be the goal should be measurable, specific, and system based. So let's say you want to have one scalable offer, which is more specific than just I want to make an offer. Yes. And I want to have a one upsell system. I want a one predictable week. Yes. Which are more specific. I want to have 10K in monthly revenue. Yes. So about the 12-week logic, because we are making this, 12 week. So the year is, tw- it's like too wide. Yes. A year is very long. It's 12 months times 4 weeks, which is a lot more than 4 weeks. Yes. Which is more than, I believe it's like 52 weeks, 40, between something like 48 or 52. I'm not sure about this. I think 52. Okay. So yeah, exactly. And week is also quite chaotic because we start to have week plans, on Monday, and then we are, ending it out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. At least for me, I love to work on weekends. I don't know why. It's for me much. I feel like I don't have pressure on weekends to work, and then that's why I'm the most creative on weekends. That's why I'm doing this stream right now. So that might be the case. And yeah, so so let's talk about goals right now. I'll just share with you my screen. Just give me a second. So I just need to add this scene. Just a moment. Okay, we are almost ready. Replace. I'll just add my screen share. Okay. Okay, just a second. I'm almost ready. And yeah, I have it right now. Okay, guys. So here we have my screen with Notion. Um, okay, as you can see on my left side, we are creating Freelancer Plus, which is our ready systems for freelancers. So it's coming soon. It's coming like probably in 1-2 months. It's it's all the systems we had. Me and Mary Piotrowska, we just had those systems working, in our agency. So it's the best systems we had for working, for sales, for marketing, even for holidays, vacations, and all those stuff. So yeah, so yeah, okay. Just I'll check my YouTube channel just to be sure that I don't miss any comments here. And I even didn't watch it on. I don't know if it's working. Is it working? I think so. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure about this. This is my first stream, so yeah. Okay. Let's go. So we have planning 2026. Like I said, we have Freelancer here. This is our, oh, you can see, I actually can show you a bit here. It's still chaotic a bit, but we have, systems for beginners, for strategic planning and mindset, creating your offer, client hunting, searching for clients, marketing, all those stuff. And yeah, and a lot of more here upcoming, or also financial stuff, how to, how to have this ready. Okay, so let's go back to the freelancer. Okay, planning 2026. So let's create a goal. Let's make a simulation. It's a simulation, and let's start with this one. So I'll just create a heading here in Notion. If you don't know Notion, this is one of the best apps to make notes. So let's create actually together a demo of this year. So how I plan my year. So I don't start from planning. Actually, if you don't have a plan, you can start from planning your 3-year goals. And you can say like, what the heck, will like like you just wanted to create a 12-week goal and tasks, but you just started with 3 your goals. Well, yes, because you want to know what you want in life. And it can be 3-year goals, it can be like 5-year goals, but it's very, very important to start with this. And I really, really like to do with the to-do list. I don't like to make those numbers. Maybe, okay, in 3-year goals, we can make numbers, but I really like to make the to-do list. Okay, let's start with the to list because at the end I have the satisfaction of checking it, and after 3 years we can check out our goals. Okay, so 3-year goals. So if I were a freelancer, my goal is my vision, it's my imagination of where I am in 3 years. So the first goal I would say is being in an agency owner. Yes, because there are two goals for freelancers. I'm not sure if I told you on the beginning of the stream, but I believe that freelancers have two goals. First one is to find a work, for as a freelancer. But I think it's not the case of starting freelancing. If you started freelancing just to find work, I would say that's not worth it. Just find a normal job then. Yes, but I believe that if you started freelancing, your mindset is like freedom. So you probably want to create a company. So of course you can continue to work. That there's a third way. You can continue as a freelancer if you like it and you love to work solo. You don't like working with people, but I don't believe it, because you have to work with clients. So I believe that less work with people are, even as an introvertic, you have while creating an agency. So yeah, so let's say we have being an agency owner, scale the agency up to like, let's say 500K month, a year at least 500K, which is quite good, I would say, in 3 years. You have to can down all your hire and expenses and all those stuff. And yeah, okay, so um maybe I'll just get this freelancer scene here. Okay, so scale up the agency up to 500K per year. That's the second goal. And let's say the third goal could be entering conferences as a founder expert, let's say. Yes, at least that would be my goal. Yes, to be an expert in my niche. You could also add a niche goal, which is like, being the top agency for medical companies. Let's say something like that. Yes, or maybe vet companies. You can search as you like. Maybe SaaS companies. So yeah, I would say these are those 3-year goals. Let's go up to the main point, which is the 1-year goal for freelancers. So Um, and oh, I forgot to here to uh, let's just share the screen here. Okay. Okay. So, okay, we have the screen back here. And let's change it here. Okay. Yeah. So here we have our 3-year goals. As I said before, this is just freelancing. Okay. Just give me a second. I want to change the title on YouTube. Freelancing, uh, freelancer, coffee break 1, planning 2026. And let's add just a description. Just give me a moment. Planning a simulation for freelancers. Okay. Big company, freelancers with ready systems. That works for me. Okay. Just needed to update the title. Let's go back to the stream. So. And again, we have 3-year goals. Being an agency owner, skilled agency up to 500K per year, entering conferences as a founder expert in my niche, and top agency for, let's say niche example, medical companies, let's say, yes, or let's say vet companies, yes. Okay, so veterinary, or maybe SaaS apps, yes. I like to help SaaS apps, so SaaS apps. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Let's head to 1-year goal. So the 1-year goal is here to do. Okay. Just a reminder, I'm in Notion right now. You can do it in every note app as you want. So let's say, okay, we have the 1-year goal. We are making here a simulation. And let's say we are making a simulation of a freelancer that is creating websites for SaaS for SaaS companies, let's say. So what's my 1-year goal then? Well, this is something that I'm sure I will be close to do in 12 months on December 31st. And on January 1st, 2027, I know that I achieved my goals. Yes. So here you want to be sure that you made your goals in finance. Yes. So let's say I just lost my screen again. I'm sorry. Give me a sec. Okay, apologies here. Okay, I believe it's working. Okay. Okay, I think this is much better right now. Okay. So 1-year goal, like I told before, it's like, let's say, a financial real goal, which might be, let's say, $120K per year, which is really possible. It's 10K per month. It's not rocket science. Even if you see it as rocket science, it's really, really possible. A lot of freelancers do 10K per month. The other goal could be, creating systems. It depends what you're doing right now. Let's say I'm a freelancer that, it's my first year or maybe second year. and I want to scale up a bit, I want to save time, then I would actually do a system goal, which should be, let's say, saving, let's say, 10 hours. I'm trying to be specific here. 10 hours um, on creating websites as a website freelancer. Yes. So here right now, you can make a subtask, which would be um, saving time through, let's say, making design in Figma. It depends on what tools do you use for, but I I noticed that when I was making websites, I was losing a lot of time in Figma, and a lot of people find that they can just not prototype, but just rather have a ready template in, let's say, what Webflow. Yes, you can make an initial template website, let's say, which gives you um ready instructions of what to, like, ready structure of, like, menu, or some sections on your websites, yes, that are ready, with ready grids and all those stuff. If you are in the, let's say, video editing niche, you can just have ready templates for your work, yes, like, let's say, in Adobe Premiere or CapCut. Yes. Okay, so we have this goal really ready. And let's say we have the third goal, which could be um, mm, finding something maybe special, let's say. So let's say I was making, like, every time $2K per website. So let's say my goal could be finding 5 clients this year for, let's say, 6 clients, because we have 12 months. So mm, 12 is divided by 6. So let's say 6 clients. So it's six clients for 10K or 15K. And now you can make a subtask, which would be finding let's say, how to do this. Yes, the subtask should be how to do this. So let's say, which could be like, I'm just wondering out this one. Let's say, let's imagine, to make this possible, you can offer upsell for, let's say, design systems, like a brand guideline. Create an offer upsell. Okay, this could probably lead you to 15K per month. That's my thing, and this is my mindset. You can have your own goals, but I would say this is the like, finding what do you need and then how to do it is one of the best way of planning your goals in this year. Now it's quarters, so you need a plan for your quarters. Let's say, yes, like this: Q1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and 4. Okay. As this is a simulation, I will just do the first quarter with you, um, because we are ending the stream very soon. And oh, I'm just lost my screen again. Please let me know if I lost the screen. Okay. So we have the Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. For the purpose of the stream, I will make just quarter 1. So let's see again what are our 3-year goals and 1-year goal. and it will be much, much easier for you to plan a quarter. So quarter is actually a 12-week plan, which means that we are trying to achieve in the first quarter the same as in 1 year. So we have January until March 31st. Okay. Okay. Let's write it down. Let's write our goals. We are getting, it's about 1 hour of streaming, so we will end very soon. It's the end, it's almost the end of the stream. So just let's focus on until the end. And now we have here, let's do to-do list. So our 1 year goal was 120K per year, saving 10 hours on creating websites, finding 6 clients for 15K. So that means that if we have 120K per year, it means that we have to divide it by 4. So every financial year goal, you need to divide by 4, which means it's about $30K per per quarter. But if you are beginning and it's like January 9th, then you can actually lower a bit here to 20K and make add extra additional 10K here per quarter. Okay. In this way, or you could also borrow here 30K and add 10K here. It's a number game. Yes. So let's say this quarter. Okay. Just to be exact and precise here. Okay. Great. And let's say on the last quarter, we have 30K. Which is quite reasonable, because that means that in the coming month, which is January, you have to earn 20K divided by 3, which is probably 6.5, something like that. Let's say to-do lists, and we have 6.5K, I believe, something like that. Just let me find the calculator to be sure. 20 divided by 3 is 6.6, which is quite close. Okay. So revenue this month, and how to achieve that, you can write it down. Like, let's say I need this month 3 clients for 2.25K dollars. Okay, which is really, really possible. Yes. Or you can write it as 6 clients for I don't know, like 1.1K per month per customer, of course, which is also very, very possible. Very possible. And if you don't know how to get 6 clients, you can actually make templates which will, boost your work, because 1K per project is, it should be easy money in very fast time. So I really encourage you, if you can make this number, then you can skip it and just, change your goal, let's say, to 110K. Yes. So just don't worry about this one. It's just a number. You need to find your own numbers. Okay, let's get back here to saving 10 hours on creating websites, and we want to add another main goal this month, which would be let's say saving. So as we want to have 6 clients for 1.1k or 3 clients for 2.25. Oh, I lost my screen again. Um, okay. This should be, let's get back to Notion here. It should be saving about a few hours. So let's say maybe instead of saving time, we want to actually, yeah, we want to measure that. So let's say 3 hours saved every week. It was every week probably. I didn't specify this one. Saving 10 hours of okay per week. So we want to save 1 hour of work through delegation, or maybe not delegation as a beginner, but maybe automation or creating systems. So you can create your own system or take a system from us as freelancer, and but you can design your own, and just create a system. Saves you 1 hour of work. So I would say if you want to have 6 clients, I would just create, as a website designer, I would create a template of a cheap web, at least a cheap website. Next month, I would add, like, let's say, maybe something else, like, let's say, making the template a bit bigger, scale the template and use it for your clients. Yes. Or sell it as a downsell to clients that don't have money. They do not afford to they can afford you. Yes. Okay, and let's get to the third point, which is finding clients for 50k, and 6 clients for 50k. That would mean that you need to get um on January or February 1 client for 15k, which means it's not very hard, because on January you don't need this. Yes, you need to prepare yourself on January to start, getting those clients on February. So as you can see, this is quite easy to make. You can make a template or make a template, not a template, but just a SOP, yes, for faster work. And we are done here. And that's great. So let's say it's some SOP for fast work. Okay. And we are done with our month. And now it comes to weekly schedules and your daily schedules. And now those are quite easy, because I actually do not do them in Asana. Maybe sometimes the week ones, week 1, week 2, 3, and 4. I'll just make one. And I actually do those in Asana because I can see my views, my task views. So I really recommend doing this on Asana. Before we end this stream, I'll just check out the stream on X. Okay. Okay, so a few people like this one. Okay, great. Okay, 58 views. That's very cool, actually. That's very cool. Okay, I'll just check it on YouTube. If you have any questions, please ask. And okay, so we have one watching. Okay, wow. Thank you very much for watching this. Uh, okay, so we have here, but 58 views. I'm pretty impressed on X, so that's cool. Okay, let's go. Let's go here. Okay, so we have week 1 here, and I would plan just to, write. If you want to have a client, you need to write to him, and that's where the weekly goes. The weekly goals come, and we need to specify here our work. And you know, so before you had division on your weekly, on your year goals and your month goals and your quarter goals. You have your vision. Now it's time to find out how I can do it on week one. So I want to find a client for 6 clients for 1.1k. That means I need to probably write about 600, no, it would be like 200, maybe 100 email on week one, and cold emails, or maybe 100 or 100 DMs. I'll just share it again because I've lost my screen. Okay. Notion. Here we go. Okay. DMs, which is cool. It's possible because it's like divided by 7, which means that we have 12 messages per day, which is super easy to do actually if you work on Saturdays and Sundays. If not, it means you need to send about 20, I believe. Yes, because 25 times 5 is 100. As you can see, this is a number game. Yes, numbers game. And we have 100 emails here to get one client. Yes. So that means you have a 1% conversion rate. Yes, which is pretty low. It's very, very low. And I'm sure that a lot of people can make much more than 1%. Yes, especially with DMs nowadays. So yeah, maybe emails. Yeah, one per 100. But you can also automate this one and just have a ready template. You can use the Freelancer Plus templates. If you want, please DM me. I'll just send it for you for free. As this is a coffee break, I'll just drink some. Okay. And we have 100 emails here, and that means we would have one client per week. That means that the second week we need to increase the number up to 150 emails. So now 150 might be dangerous at first, but if you divide 150 on 5, it's 30 emails during the week. And with weekends, that'll be about 15. Yes, I'm not sure about this, but let's divide it by 7, 21 or 21 emails, which is not a big number. Well, not a big number, really, not really, because like there's a lot of tools to search for clients. Okay, 1 hour of work to save. So let's say we want to have one template on week 1. This means week 2 would be much easier to do work. So you want to do on week 1 as much as possible work. Okay. And if you want to have some SOP for faster work, you want to have, like, let's say 3 SOPs in Notion. An SOP means that you have a ready system, a ready procedure. So, okay, guys, I think that's it for today. We have our week goals. Oh, I forgot. We also have the daily goals, which are very important. And now, like the last step is the creating the daily goals. So you want to take a piece of paper, pen, and just write it down. Like looking, you have to look on your week goal and then write, what will I do today to achieve the week goal? And what I also do is to, like look every Monday or Sunday. I prefer Sunday actually, but most people prefer Mondays. And just look on your 1 year goal and 3 year goals, because this is the vision that will push you to achieve your goals. That's for sure. But every day you should look on your weekly and monthly goals. So how to make the daily is just, you can write it down here in your notes apps, but I do not recommend this. I recommend writing every every day before bed your daily goals in your notepad or your notepad app or your project management app, which I actually like to use Asana or my notebook. So I think this is all for today. I think we are done here. Um, if you're not watching this live, um, and you want those systems that I told you, like, writing DMs or, creating an offer, please DM me on Instagram or on X, or even comment on in the YouTube comments. So I'll just answer you, and I'll give you for free, um until it's not on a paywall. Yes. So we are actually testing Freelancer Plus. We want to give you as many systems for free right now as possible. There will be free systems for sure, but the paid ones will be paid. So that means that if you want to test the paid ones right now, we can give you. And the only question we'll ask you is like, you know, did you like it? Yes. Did it help you? So write down here, and it's not still paid, so you can try it for free. Full access to the system you want to have. Just write me down what do you want, and we will help you for sure. Okay, so thank you so much if you watch this stream, and I'll see you guys on next Thursday, and see you later.